So I have been feeling a range of emotions the last few days. They go from pissed to rage to heartbroken. My country, Uganda, is on a mission to eradicate people like me with its latest anti-LGBT plus bill. Honestly, I was not shocked by the raging homophobia of my government. No, that was not what really broke my heart. It was all the support it has been getting from everyday fellow citizens in Uganda, my fellow family of Ugandans. Those who themselves are also barely breathing under the oppression of our current government were happy to see the air fully sucked out of their fellow citizens. A demonized minority that consists of their blood sisters, brothers, mothers, fathers, aunts, cousins, uncles, dear friends, sons, and daughters. For those that are cheering, this is a victory for their so-called Ugandan values, beliefs, and traditions. And for those that weep in silence, this is a beginning of a new nightmare, man-made, man-sponsored, man's fears. I wanted to create something to balance out all the heaviness my soul was feeling. I needed to remind myself of who and what I was despite all of this as a fellow Ugandan. I am someone's queer African daughter, sister, cousin, niece, granddaughter, and beloved friend. I live amongst you on this earth. When I hold your hand, it will not feel alien. When I hug and comfort you, it will not feel alien. When my heart beats and my soul aches, you will know how that feels in yours too. When I dance with you, celebrate with you, cook for you and tell you I love and cherish you, my tenderness will be embraced by your open heart. It will not feel alien. When I came from your womb and you held me in your arms and celebrated me as a blessing from your God and passed me on to be held and fed and cared for by the community, there was nothing alien about me, about my curious eyes, about my many questions, playfulness, and childlike wonder. I blended in well with the rest of the blessings you cherished and asked God to watch over and protect. The love I feel for you, the love I share with you, comes from the same heart that loves her too. Someone else's queer daughter, cousin, sister, niece, granddaughter, and beloved friend. Now you cheer on the witch hunt you've supported. With a strike of a pen, you have turned the children you brought into this world, your blessings, into cursed demons unworthy of living under the same sun as you. Why? Because of your divine God and divine man-made traditions. If we are truly doomed for hell by your religions, why work so hard to create a hell for us here too? Why do your gods work for him and sentence us to death before his judgment day, a day where we will all be able to be judged for our own so-called sins and not each other's sins? Were you not asked to only throw stones if you had no sins yourself? Did your holy books not tell you that all sins are equal in the eyes of God? Or was there a vision we missed? Are all the adulterers, unmarried fornicators, greedy political and everyday thieves, abusers and liars amongst you also meeting their judgment day earlier? Which prisons are you building for them while doing the Lord's work, while protecting your African values? Because I'm sure there would be no one left to execute and sentence the deaths if we are eradicating all your so-called immoral and un-African sinners, and not just the ones you all agree to hate and hunt as a distraction for your own immoralities. While shared, politicized ignorance grows on fears and lies, the truth remains. And the truth is, before your Bible, we existed. Before the colonization of our lands, we existed. Before your conversion to your colonizer-sponsored religions and traditional values, we existed. Before the British-modeled courts, which you now gather in to judge what you deem as Western abominations, were built, and before the British designed fancy suits and wigs that you wear to validate your superiority, morality, and authority over others, we existed. Before our forefathers stood and demanded to be seen as equal humans to the British and the right to rule over their own lives in those very same courts, we existed. We never needed pride marches because we had no shame, never needed bold colors to be seen, and never needed to come out because we were not hiding. We are not an imported foreign good. We existed amongst you. We were born, fed from the same breasts, and cared for and died amongst you. We existed. No amount of prayer, of signed bills, of hangings, of locked jail cells, of hatred, of fear can eradicate a creation not made by men, a creation that has always been. Unless we can be detected in our mother's wombs and killed before we are born, we will continue to exist amongst you. We will continue to have hearts and flesh that can love beyond your pious values, beyond your colonial ideologies, beyond your selective religiosity, beyond your suffocating self-righteous traditions, shedding light on all your hypocrisy, for being a nation that is pro-life but supports the oppression and ending of lives they disagree with, a people that are fighting a dictator for liberty, freedom, and the right to live dignified lives, but willing to cheer on the denial of those rights for others. May the apathy, hatred, disgust, and eagerness to oppress your fellow kind show you how not so different you truly are from the monsters you scream are standing on your own necks and human needs and freedoms. May you see how far removed you are from the God you ask daily to love, protect, have mercy, and grace over you, and to bless your life despite your own imperfections. I do not pray much anymore because I believe that whatever divinity that lives out there that created me is already in me, already knows of me, and already hears me before I even speak. I do, however, pray and hope that you one day free yourself from performative righteousness and holiness, and remember that before all the things you cling your intolerance on, foreign and domestic, you too existed amongst us, in a spirit of Ubuntu, where you were because we all were, and that you remember that what you do and allow to happen to us, you pave the way for it to happen to you too. With whatever love left in me, your queer African daughter, sister, cousin, niece, granddaughter, and beloved friend.